Hi, this is my introduction to Chapter 6 of Grammar for Writing 1. The subject is count and uncountable, or sometimes called non-count nouns. Nouns make up a huge percentage of the English language, and they can be a little bit complicated because we have these two different types of nouns, countable and uncountable, and knowing which is which will affect your verb form. So, whether it's going to be a single verb or a plural verb. So for countable nouns, there are often some very unusual plural forms, and it relates to the use of articles, which can give a lot of students trouble. And also it relates to the issue of whether we use capital letters or not, which can also give some students trouble, especially if your language has a different script and you don't capitalize. Okay, so let's just take a look at these issues one by one. We know that we have countable nouns. For example, these are single forms: table, class, baby, life, stereo, potato, child, and goose. And notice here, this is a normal way that we would make the plural, just add a simple S. But then here with class, it becomes ES, classes. Baby, we drop the Y and add IES. One life, two lives. One stereo, just add the S. One potato, but two potatoes. Notice we add an ES. How strange. One child, six children. One goose, five geese. Okay, so just be aware of those irregular forms. A noun, sometimes this is an area that gives students trouble because you've studied so many years that when you say a word like five, that the noun has to agree. But here, notice when this, you see the hyphenation, so this is actually not a noun. English sometimes uses nouns as adjectives or the words that describe nouns. So you can say, I am taking a 5-level class. Or I have it is a 7-page article. So notice this is describing the article, this is describing the class. So a noun used as an adjective is always singular. We don't say a 7 pages article. We do not say a 5 levels class. Similarly, we would say, I live in a 2-story house, not 2 stories. We have then the whole class of nouns that are non-count. And the chapter talks a lot about these, and it helps you try to classify groups of them so that, if you're not sure, you think, is it too small to count, or is it a field of study? These are things that can help you guess whether a noun is count or non-count. Bread, sugar, water, ice, air, rain, clothing, advice, swimming, and chemistry are all non-count, as are words like information and equipment. Okay, so with uncountable nouns, you always use a singular verb. Water is wet. Bread tastes good. Sugar is sweet. All right, and so you also cannot use the indefinite articles a and an with uncountable nouns. You can never say an ice, an air, a rain, a clothing. Okay, so then finally we have the question of which nouns are capitalized. There are many, many common nouns in English, and usually these are just things that you see around you, that you can touch. Okay, books, tables, class, lamp, desk, iPhone. But the proper nouns, that's what we call the ones that you can capitalize, and they include things like the names of institutions, such as Edmonds College, names of people, such as Deborah. Some of my students don't capitalize their names, and you have to. The Mediterranean Sea, so the Rocky Mountains, so oceans, seas, and mountain ranges. Okay, well, I hope this overview has given you a sense of how complicated nouns are in English and all the trouble you can get into when you use them. And hopefully this chapter will help you avoid some of that trouble. All right, thank you.